YouTube channel, Gobbler Ridge Farms, and my name is Ken Ray, and this is going to be my first video as I foray into the world of YouTube. My grandson wants to be a YouTube star, so I'm going to beat him to the punch. No, just kidding. Anyway, some of the things I enjoy are bushcrafting. I've got a small farm that I'm doing some things on, so I'm just going to take you on a little tour of some of the things that I like to do, some of the bushcrafting projects I do. I'll try to be educational when I know what the heck I'm talking about. Other times you'll see me try something new. I mean, that's how you learn, right? Try things you've never done before, and you may see some mistakes along the way and what have you and all. But one of the first things I want to do is I really like bushcrafting, and this past weekend down at Chehaw Park in Albany, Georgia, they had the Frontier Festival, and down there they had a lot of guys and ladies as well that were dressed in period appropriate attire for the 1800s to the 1840s. They were down there making fire. They were brain tanning deer skins. People were making bows with hand tools. They had people making candles. Some ladies were actually spinning thread from various animal furs. I mean, it was really neat. And although I've been only doing bushcrafting for 2 years, and I know a good many things, and if the stuff ever hit the fan, you might want me on your side, I still was able to pick up a number of interesting things down there. So I'm just going to take you through some of the scenes of things that I filmed down there. Wish I could have done a little more, but in the coming years, as a matter of fact, I'm working on a teepee. They had a number of people down there that were in teepees, so if I wind up getting some period attire, not just my bushcrafting clothes, and I get my teepee finished, hopefully my grandson and I will maybe go down there and spend a weekend with them. In any event, I will be back. It was great. And if you're ever in the Albany area, South Georgia, LA, which down here means Lower Alabama, North Florida, during the month of January, this was the 26th year that they've done that. So it's very interesting to go by and see some of the primitive technology. And when you learn how some of this is done, it really was technology. There's a lot of science behind why they did what they did. So it's very interesting. We started out going to Granny's Kitchen on the way down there. I didn't say anything about this in the video, but it may suit some folks. I don't highly recommend it. And finished up with dinner at a nice little oyster bar, and I did recommend that. So anyway, this is just a conglomeration of some scenes that I took while we were down there to give you a flavor of the event, and hopefully if you have an opportunity, you'll go by and check it out next year. I know I'll be there. All right, we stopped along the way. We're going to go to, let's see here, Granny's Kitchen in Americus, Georgia. Stop and grab us a little bite to eat before we get down to the show. Looked like a good spot to go to, and the parking lot was absolutely full of vehicles. So we decided that the locals must know something. So we're going to go in here and grab a bite to eat before we get back on the road. All right, we've made it down to Chehaw Park. We're ready for Frontier Days, but as soon as we got here, somebody saw the playground here. Hello there, somebody. Saw this awesome playground here at Chehaw Park and decided he was going to go out and do a little playing first. So the Frontier Days is across the street. My wife won't let me go over there because she might lose me in it, and he wants to play on the playground. So I have driven 2 hours and still can't get in to see it, but I got till 5 o'clock. I got a few more hours left to go. That's the way it is. Just that fast.
I'm using the flower stalks of wood of yucca. I got tons of it around here, so it's one I use. Okay. There's lots of good wood that work out. You saw smoke really fast. We kept that up. We could burn a beautiful, perfect hole through these sticks. And the only problem is you'd never have a fire. Because where you're going to get your fire from, not only are you burning a hole through it, you're grinding off little bits of wood dust off the end of your stick. It's getting shorter and shorter. The hole's getting deeper and deeper. But right now,
all right now we're doing a fire making demonstration using a bow drill made out of a rib bone. He's just now kind of preparing the notch and all that kind of stuff. So we'll come back when he's ready to really crank down on it. He's using yucca, so that'll make a fire pretty quick.
because I am not a trained survivor. Again, it's just a little pile of heated wood dust. We got it hot enough through friction. If we put it in shadow, you'll see it glow red. We want to make a little tinder bundle, make it look like a little bird's nest. Pack that in there, and then blow that to a flame. In this wind, all you gotta do is this. And there's your fire. And I don't want to burn up all my tinder, so we're gonna put that out really quick. All right. Next. Good. Flint still. Quit eating. Oh, you still making charcoal? Okay.
Well, that blew into flame pretty quick. He was using yucca. A lot of times I use cedar, things like that, but I'm going to have to see if I can't find me some yucca. That blew into flame pretty quick. I think they're going to use flint and steel next.
In there, like I said, with that charred tinder, it'll take the spark. Even though some things might be light and dry and easily catch fire, they've got to be able to take the spark and keep the spark alive, or otherwise they'll just fall and they'll die. So let's see if we can get one.
Okay, this is going to be a demonstration using flint and steel
You'll see a lot
and
of
charcoal.
different methods used. The method that Nick uses, the way he holds the flint and the charred tinder together and strikes it. Once you master this technique, he's probably going to make this look incredibly simple.
Thanks a lot.
Now that I'm taking serious.
There, you can see, if y'all look close, you can see the sparks. It's his flint shaving off his steel. All right, let's see.
By the way, that flint that he's using is straight out of the Flint River in downtown Albany, literally up underneath Broad Street Bridge. Look, see how quickly that thing, it took that spark. Actually, he did 2 strikes, but it took it on the first strike. And now he's doing the same thing here. He's got it in his tinder bundle, blowing it into a flame. Boom, there it is.
Once you get it going like that, you literally let the wind almost probably do the work for you.
I was just doing that number.
There it is.
The river. The tinder? Well, you take pine straw and you soak it good and wet, and then you pound it while it's wet, because if you pound it when it's dry, it's just going to break up in little small pieces, and then you dry it out. Or if you work for the last 31 years at a park that has lots and lots of pine trees that fall on asphalt, and it rains and it gets wet, and 700 million cars go around it and grind it into the asphalt. When it dries, you take your burlap bag and you pick up a burlap bag of it at the time. That's what I've been told. The trick.
In the old days, you have to wait for a wagon to ride over it, not a car, okay?
Good material, good tools.
And technique. It's
Yeah,
practice,
technique.
practice, practice, practice.
And a little bit of luck.
Hey, and how about a round of applause? Fire on a cold day, that'd be a great thing to do. All right, great job.
Bone, and it's
Okay.
actually the knee joint, and it has a natural hollow there. There's usually a little bit of a ridge. It doesn't take much to grind that out good and smooth.
Knee joint of a whitetail?
Of a whitetail.
Knee
yes.
joint of a whitetail.
Yep, that's it. And you got on one side you got these little hollows. A lot of people don't like this because it's so small, but I've gotten used to it, and it's very easy and lightweight to carry, and I can hold it really easy.
It
So,
goes in your bushcraft bag and doesn't take up a whole lot
There
of
you
weight.
go.
Lot
If you-
less weight than my shot glass.
even better, drill a hole through it, take you a buckskin thong thick enough, long enough, put it around your neck for a necklace. Now you have your cord and the top bearing piece. A green stick works for the bow.
Use it for your neck knife or whatever. Just
Yeah.
put it, you won't even know it's there.
Yeah.
Note to self, save the knee joint for the next doe that I get. And make my bow drill. Get rid of that shot glass. There's a lot less weight to tote around. With age comes experience
There
and
you
wisdom.
go.
There you
There
go.
you
All right. All right, one of the other great things that we have here at the Frontier Days, a lot of people selling their arts and crafts. Wouldn't you know, we haven't been here probably 30 minutes. My wife has already found a place to shop. I think she's got my grandson in there somewhere. You can't even take him to a Frontier Days and she'll find a store.
Nice.
You never know who's going to show up at these rendezvous. We got Colbert here from Live Free or Die. He's over there trying to sell those cups. Somebody told him they were 10 TIN. He thought he had made $10. He does drive a hard bargain. Okay, so what phase are you in right here, right now?
We're scraping the hair and the epidermal layer off.
Anything to do special to get the hair to start falling out? Just scrape it, or
I'm just cutting it off.
just cutting it off? Okay.
But I'm not only just removing hair, I'm also removing the top grain layer, the epidermal layer. See that right there?
right.
You can see.
Let me take a look at the tool you're using there. Well, if I can get a good shot at that.
He just hands it to you.
All right. Hey, I can get a good shot of that now. Then here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, they say every animal has a brain exactly the size it needs to tan its own hide, except for me.
Except for reptiles,
mine's a little
amphibians,
too
and a few
small.
people I know, mostly
I was gonna say I am the exception to that rule.
attorneys, teenagers, and government officials.
There you go.
Collectively, they don't have enough brain to tan one hide.
Fascinating. I was wondering how this works.
Now, at some point, are you gonna during the demonstration all here? Are you gonna put the brain on it? You're not gonna get it to that point today, are you?
Well, I'll have it to that point as soon as I get finished doing this. But time I brained it, as my wife will tell you,
Oh, she could probably tell us a lot of stuff, but it's a family show.
let me back up before I go this route. The brains not only will soften the hide, the brains will take a 3/8 inch callus off of your hand when you've been doing hand drill for the last 3 months nonstop, and you've got a callus so thick you can take a knife and slice it. It will turn it into the softest baby's hand that you can think of. So if you're a brain tanner and a hand drill fire guy, it's like a constant battle trying to create your calluses, getting rid of your calluses. Now, where I started to go with this, as my wife has pointed out on many occasions, if I just find some means of being able to de-scent brains, I could make a million. 'Cause let me tell you, when the ladies found out how soft it makes your skin, they buy it all day long. It will turn you baby soft. But
deer brains. Is that what okay.
Any brains.
You're saying brain. Okay.
Brain,
Is
B-R-A-I-N.
that a tool?
The only thing added to this is the brains of the animal and smoke. No salt, no chemicals whatsoever.
Okay. So after you get the hair off, then you actually take the deer's brains and just rub it on it? Oh, okay.
You want to hear this technique? Okay. All right. You can't tell your wife. All right. You pick a day when she's not going to be home for a couple of hours, and you go and you find where she's hiding the blender. Okay. Maybe it's a pantry door. Don't touch it. Is the handle to the left or is it to the right? Pay attention. What'd she do with the cord? Is it all folded up or did she just stuff it in there? The top, is it on correctly or did she invert it? Yeah. If you have to, take your phone out, take a picture of it, all right? Once you got that, pull it out, put one brain in there, put top on, about half of water, hit liquefy, pour that in 5-gallon bucket, put a little more water in there, do the same thing. Then you're going to wash hot sudsy water, inside and out. When you're finished with that, you're going to get 6 towels from the laundry room, and you're going to dry every single drop of water off of it. Get up underneath the blades on the underside. Take the little rubber gasket seal off the top and clean that. Put it back precisely like you found it. Failure to do this will mean that your wife will have a brand new, more expensive blender, and you'll have one of your own. I own 2.
All right, one of the things you can get some good advice here at the Frontier Show, but my wife goes to the Goodwill store and get me my own blender for $5 that I keep in the barn, and I don't have to wash a dadgum dish. So listen to all the advice you get here, but you don't have to take all of it. All right, another one of the things that we're doing here at Chehaw Park is they're having a blank powder competition. Fingers in your ears. Oh, you dreaded hang fire. All right, he wasn't able to clear his problem, so they're going to have a new competitor come up. They're down there shooting at these little targets. Might have to edit some of this. Get a flavor of the event though. Got a number of other competitors waiting their turn. All in period costume. I imagine they're not allowed to load and fill until they get on the line apparently. Hey, fingers in your ear, Jacob. The wall's still standing.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, you just couldn't run down to Kohl's and pick you up a new pair of pants or a shirt or what have you. You'd have to make all your own clothes and your yarn and thread and everything else that you need. So what are you making that out of there? Oh.
This is is actually Great Pyrenees dog
Great Pyrenees dog.
and rabbit mix. I have a friend that's out here whose child lost their rabbit, and they had groomed the rabbit and kept just a little bit of it.
All the time now.
And it's the same color as the Great Pyrenees, so I'm mixing it with it because it wasn't just a handful. I'm mixing it, and I'm going to make him like a keychain or something with it.
Excellent. So I guess you can make thread, yarn, or in this case, hair. Ta-da, ta-da.
Can you guess what that is? You can feel it.
And what would you normally make out of it? They just make yarn out of this, or
They
would
make their clothing.
would you get to a point where if you kept spinning it down further and further, you'd make thread and
Yeah,
whatever?
I have a hard time doing it this thick. I'm having to do it on purpose this thick for the project I'm making.
Right.
But yeah, they would make their thread for their needle.
So they had to weave. So they had to weave their own clothes.
Yeah.
Right. Couldn't just run down to Kohl's or Walmart or Target or something.
You know what that is? That's spun out of buffalo.
Buffalo.
Isn't that cool? You wouldn't think the buffalo was that soft.
And so what, that just threads down inside this little hole here? How does that?
Uh-huh.
And then it goes.
The machine spins
What are
it.
you making?
It goes
Fingerless knit.
Okay.
around and around and around. And it spins it. So you see how it's spinning the...
I see how it's twisting it there.
And I just pull it and let it spin it.
Okay. I had always wondered how
Are
it,
you gonna wear them?
what the mechanism was behind it doing that.
French cuisine chase, not the Indian. The Indian carry it.
No, I'll make my own out of stinging nettles and
Oh, yeah?
different kind of barks and things of that nature, you know, for like survival cordage. But
Right.
it take a long time to make clothes.
Well, back in the olden days, it'd take them a year to make an outfit.
All right, so one of the things we're doing here at Chehaw Park, if you can see right here, they are making candles out of beeswax, and I guess back in the day they didn't have light bulbs, so you had to make your own light bulbs out of beeswax. Yeah, I was about to come over here and see what she had cooking in this pot, see if I could get me a little taste of it, but now that I know that it's beeswax, I believe I'll wait and get some meat later. Hey, here at the Chehaw Park, we have
Chehaw Park, Greater Downtown Woods.
yeah, we have all kinds of great Hollywood celebrities from Live Free or Die,
Well, my thing.
and we're still living, so we ain't dead.
That's right. There was nothing like being in the woods. It's peaceful and quiet most of the time. Chehaw Park's a great place to meet some of the best people in the area.
Anyway,
Hey, he just met me. That proves his point. Well, good seeing you here. All right, we've been here at the Frontier Days at Chehaw Park, and I went ahead and wanted to get in on some of the action, so I went and strung up my bow and walked around with my back quiver and all that kind of stuff, and kind of blended in and swapping lives for a few hours, but it's getting cold, so we're about to head on out, but I guess we will definitely be putting Chehaw Frontier Days on our to-do list again next year, so stay tuned for more footage and try to bring you a few more things from next year's Chehaw event. All right. Oh, and you got a flute.
Yeah. Let everybody see it.
Let everybody see your flute. Okay, we're not through filming. Here's this flute. Play us a tune. Grandma said no playing in the car. You just broke the rules and I got it on film. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you next year.